Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting oil painting video. I apologize for the voiceover this time. During the holiday season, even though there's only a couple of us in the house, our place is extremely noisy. So there was just no way I was going to be able to get a video out going with our normal live format and kind of talking to you as we're going. So I figured the heck with it. I was just going to record the video, speed it up a little bit, and then just kind of tell you what I'm thinking as I'm going. I did this on Saturday, which is what? 27th, I want to say. Today's Sunday, the 28th. Something like that. I don't remember. I lose track of time. Maybe the 29th. Anyways, this is Sunday before New Year's. And we're doing another spontaneous, whatever the hell we're going to come up with video. I had one person leave me a comment thanking me for encouraging, creativity and stuff. And you're very welcome. I understand there's a lot of ways to do art, especially oil painting. That's where we're going to concentrate on because that's what I am. I'm an oil painter. The thing of it is, I don't want people to be under the impression that I just do paintings like this. This is probably my preferred method. I do love the spontaneity. I do love not really knowing exactly where I'm going. I mean, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a landscape. It's probably going to have a mountain or two. It's definitely going to have water. It's going to have some trees. It's going to look like it's from the Pacific Northwest, Colorado, places like that. Okay, so there's certain things that it's going to happen. Probably 70% of the time it'll have a waterfall. But as far as where it's going, what the colors are going to be, whatever, all that stuff is kind of made up as I go. And that's probably my most fun. Now, I do a decent amount of paintings, maybe 30%, 35%, right in that area, where I've got something specific in mind and I'll sketch out a scene, or I'll see not a video, but a picture online, and I'll kind of copy the main shapes and then kind of make the rest of it my own. I don't copy anything exactly. I refuse to do that. Oh, wait a minute. When I say I refuse to do that, it makes me sound like I'm, altruistic and, a pure artist at heart. No, I'm not capable of it. That's why I don't do a lot of commissions, because once I get going, the original photo reference is, I guess you can see a little bit of it in the finished painting, but I don't know how to follow anything, exact. So I just kind of wing it. Most of what I do follows my personality. And it has helped me and screwed me throughout my entire life. And I'm going to be 59 years old in the beginning of February, and it's gotten to the point a few years back where I just said, fuck it. Forgive me for my French, but I go with it now. It's who I am. It's what I am. Sometimes I take it up the butt. Sometimes it works out for me. When it comes to a painting, most of the time they work out to where they're at least decent. Like this area I'm doing right now. That was a great idea in the beginning. Well, the problem is blue is a receding color for anything. Red is a foreground color. So what I do, I made the mountain in the background that's supposed to be in the distance red. And then it just went downhill from there. So that's going to end up being covered sooner than later. You'll see. One of the beauties of oil painting is you can make up for mistakes that you do like that. But anyways, getting back to what that one person had said about thanking me for, encouraging spontaneity or create. I think she said, or he, I'm not sure. I didn't even read who it was from. So he and or she said that, I kind of like promoted creativity. I like doing stuff that you don't know that you can do. Most of my paintings, because I've been doing it for so long, come out pretty nice. There's very rarely do I come up with a painting I look at and go, oh, yeah, is that terrible? Where before, when I first started, that was a regular basis. Every once in a while, I get one that I look at and I go, wow. And that wow usually occurs when I do a spontaneous painting and I just kind of let it go. And that's kind of what I want you to get into your head as you're going. I know from my own experience and other people that I've taught, the beginning painter is the worst because everybody wants to be perfect and everybody wants it to look like Rembrandt in it and everybody wants it to be exactly what they envisioned in their mind, and it's just not that way. What I try to tell people and teach people is the hell with what you think it's going to look like or should look like. The hell with what other people think it should look like. Go with what is fun for you. If it appeals to you and if you had fun doing it, then it was a successful painting. Period. What other people think and everything, none of that crap matters. And I got news for you. What you think a lot of times as an artist doesn't matter. Do you know why? We are, for all intent and purposes, our own worst critics. And we could take something that's actually really nice and pick it apart and screw up what should have been a lot of fun with a nice composition. But we get too ahead of ourselves, we get too full of ourselves, or we get too critical of ourselves. No. That's why I always say, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. If you're having fun, it's going to come out nice. Now, here's the little caveat in that. If you're having fun in 2024, okay, it's going to come out nice. It'll be doable. And if that's your first time painting in 2024, yeah, you're going to see some striking, you're going to see some good stuff. If you still have fun in 2025, it's going to look much nicer. In 2026, it's going to be, hey, wait a minute. And beyond, it's going to be, wow. And that's just because of time. It's all it is time and attitude. My business cards, I don't know if I mentioned this to you or not before. On the back of my business cards, I got in big letters at the top of it, on the back or the front? No, it's on the back. It says, never be afraid to fail. And I used to always get in my own way, growing up as an adult, everything. And I was always afraid to fail. So that would keep me from doing stuff. And I would always have the excuse, well, it probably wouldn't have worked out, or I don't know if I'm good enough, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. It was all bullshit. And what I found was it kept me from doing what I wanted to do for many years, large years, huge chunks of my life that I wasted being afraid to fail. And that's why I put that on the card. There's a lot of other people that have that problem, and I still have to remind myself to not do it, to not stop because I'm afraid to fail. The only time you're a failure is when you just decide to stop trying. And if you say, the hell with it, I'm done, it's never going to work, then maybe you can call yourself a failure. It's up to you. Only you know if you are or not. But as long as you try, you're never a failure. It may not work out. But like I told my dad one time when I'm painting, I told him several years ago, I said, if this doesn't work out for me, I'm going to die trying. I'm just going to keep doing it no matter what because I love it too much and I enjoy it too much. And I guess that's my only little lesson that I want to give to you. If you like it, you're going to keep doing it. And if you keep doing it, you're going to get better at it. But your attitude has to be to where you make yourself have fun to begin with. And the only way to do that is to not stress about what it looks like, especially in the first year. In the first year, just have fun. Take little victories. Oh my God, I got a highlight on a mountain looking the way I wanted it to look. And go from there. I equate it to golf. Okay, I don't golf anymore because, I have a full-time job and I have damn near a full-time job with my art. But when I did golf when I was younger, I was terrible. But every once in a while, I'd get a shot that looked like something the pro would do on TV, and that kept me going back for more because it was fun. Painting's the same way. Okay, most of my painting looks like absolute garbage, but man, that one tip of that mountain looks perfect. Okay, go with it. Remember what you did there to do it again, and then try to make another part of the mountain look good, or whatever. Everything is attitude. So I apologize for preaching and going on a rant. It's coming up to the new year, so I always like to look at what I accomplished and didn't accomplish the previous year. And, 2023 was tough on a lot of, 2024. 2023 sucked. 2024 was a little better, but still in some ways it was like, didn't do what I wanted to do. Some of it was my fault, some of it wasn't. Part of life is shit happens. You just got to deal with it and do the best you can. And just keep moving on. My art has gotten better. My YouTube channel, I'm up to 642 or whatever subscribers, which, by the way, thank you. I never thought I'd get 42, let alone 642. So the YouTube has been it's been a pleasant surprise. It's been a lot of fun, too. I enjoy these videos. And I look forward to do my Sunday videos, and sometimes I don't want to use the word dread because it sounds bad, but sometimes it's almost like I'm trying to overthink it because I want to make sure that I'm giving you what you're looking for. And my wife tells me, well, if they didn't think so, they wouldn't subscribe to your channel. So I guess that's right. I just want to make sure that I'm providing what you want to see. And it's, what it is you need or are looking for. And the other thing is, too, I'm not sure what your purpose is. I found out when I keep looking at YouTube and how to make sure people see on YouTube and things like that, there's two reasons why people go on YouTube to look at videos. One is to learn something, and the other one is to be entertained. There are other reasons, but those are two of the big ones. So I don't know if people are watching my videos for entertainment purposes, like if you're on a treadmill at a health club and it's just something to help the time go by, or if you're trying to learn how to paint. There could be probably a combination of both that are watching my videos. So I'm kind of just hoping that, I'm giving you what you want out of it. And in 2025, I told you before, I'm going to start a second video, probably on Wednesdays. That's going to be like an art talk type of thing. It's going to be nowhere near as long as the demo videos, but it's going to be, about art topics. It could be how to do certain elements of a landscape instead of doing the whole one before you like this. Might be doing the trees by themselves or the water by itself, something like that. I don't know. But I would appreciate if you put in the comments anything that you would like me to go over for those days. Whether it's a certain artist or it's a certain style or if it's a certain element, whatever the case may be. Just drop me a line in the comments and say, hey, can you do this on one of your, art talks? And if it's something that I know, I'll do it. If it's something I don't know, I'll do the research on it. And then when I do know it, then I'll do it. So, and if I can't find out, I'll find somebody else that does and, provide the answer for you that way. So anyways, I haven't talked much about this painting. I've been rambling about every other damn thing, so I apologize for that. So, you've seen me do this quite a few times. I don't want to say a million times because I don't have that many videos out, but we'd be splitting hairs anyway. I have no idea if this is a technique that I came up with or it's out there and I didn't see it and just adapted it, whatever the case may be. But I love doing my non-deciduous trees like this. The palette knife gives it a really nice texture, and this elongated maybe diamond gives it a nice shape. And then that shape with the colors that I use, which in this case are Viridian and French Ultramarine and Payne's Gray, it gives it a real nice look to it. And then the other thing I do that you notice is even though I put on the Cadmium Yellow Light, and Cadmium Yellow Light Hue, you don't see it at the end. I use it to lighten up the green, but I don't in a lot of areas keep the cad by itself. And little speckles here and there, but overall not. It's a very powerful color, and I don't want it to just be overbearing and where you need sunglasses to look at a part of my painting. So I want it to be, I don't want to say too subdued, but maybe a little bit. Now over here, I'm trying something a little different with my foreground here. I want to make a pasture of stuff. And what I mean by a pasture of stuff is grass and weeds and all kinds of things that you see in the wild. But I want to do it to where they're standing upright a little bit more. Most of my grasses and pastures I do with the horizontal stroke you see now. And that roughens it up. Once in a while, I'll pull up a little bit of grasses and stuff. Well, this time I'm going to pull up a lot. And I'm going to make a bunch of different colors in here. I'm going to have some white, some alizarin, some Payne's gray by itself. You see the Cadmium Yellow Light going down. We had the green and brown, which is actually the burnt umber underneath it. So there's, a bunch of different colors and mixtures that are in this grass that you'll see shortly. And then I'm going to lift those up. And I really liked the way the foreground pasture came about. It actually, it looked better than I envisioned it to begin with. So it's something that I'm probably going to continue to do as we go on. And that'll be a lot of fun. This painting overall is a little rougher than normal. The water too. Why, I'm not quite sure. That's just kind of the way it started out, and I just went with it. I really stopped fighting myself when a painting doesn't go the way I envision it. And these paintings that I do with you guys on Sundays is really awesome because most of the time I don't have anything in mind when I pick up the brush and hit record on the camera. So that helps by itself because I don't know where the hell I'm going anyway. But most of the time, once you get into it about, 10%. So let's say most of my stuff is, an hour. The first 6 to 8 minutes, nothing. But right after that 8-minute mark, and don't hold that number to me exact, but in that first area, then something starts coming to mind after I laid the color down, and it's like, okay, I'm seeing a shape here, I'm seeing a shape there, whatever the case may be. So this was at the last minute. And the reason why is because the colors that I put down looked really bad. And I didn't feel like scraping it off. So I thought to myself, okay, if I don't scrape it off, I have to blend it in such a way that's not going to be ugly as all get out. So I found out it worked. And it's funny too. If you watch Bob Ross painting videos, you'll see I don't follow anything the way he does at all. I do not paint the way he paints. I'm not a big fan of Bob Ross's paintings. Okay, they're nice paintings overall. They're okay. I've always been a big fan of his. The way he taught, the way he did his videos, his mannerisms, everything, I always loved watching him. So even though I didn't adopt his style of painting itself, I always loved the way he went about it. So he's actually one of the inspirations that I had to do YouTube videos. I thought to myself, wait a minute. I have a semi-decent personality. Maybe I can do this. And then I tried to... I can't be as quiet as Bob is. He has a little bit more of a subdued tones to his voice and stuff. I'm a little bit more out there in some ways. But I just wanted to kind of emulate like a stress-free painting experience. That's the big thing is, I don't want anybody to feel stressed out about what they're doing. Now, this is part of the rough I'm talking about. You see me before use a fan brush or a palette knife to be a lot more precise with water lines. And this time I'm using a 1/2-inch brush and just kind of sideways laying it on there. Why, I'm not sure. Just kind of what the feeling was the whole time. And if you look at the mountains and even the sky, it kind of fits the way everything's going. Now here I am raising everything up. And like I said, it turned out really nice. A lot better pasture than I thought it was going to. Then I'm going to put some flowers in there. And we'll have a completed painting here shortly. There we go. Use that really disgusting... I call it a foliage brush. I don't know what they call it at Hobby Lobby. But it was like $1.99 or something. And I love it for doing flowers like that. Absolutely works great. One of the things I like about doing the voiceovers once in a while is I get to see how often I interfere with my face or my body or whatever in front of the painting itself. So I know if I have to get better at, moving my arm or whatever so you can see better. So this one wasn't too bad. You got my big face in it and big head in it once in a while, but not too bad. So it's the type of thing where it doesn't appear to have taken away from anything here. But this is my painting for this week. And this is the last one of 2024. Especially since it's the Sunday before New Year's, which is on Wednesday. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas and that everybody will have an absolutely wonderful, safe, and happy New Year. And for all of you that want to watch my videos for entertainment, thank you very much. And I hope to entertain you further down the road. And for all of you that are watching my videos to try to learn how to oil paint, keep at it. I'm going to keep doing videos. And one day, we'll be watching you do the YouTube videos. Everybody have a great New Year and be safe.